I was locked in the bathroom, sitting on the cold tile floor with my back against the door, pressing my hoodie into the open wound on my side. Blood soaked through quick. I could feel it pooling under me, warm and sticky. The damn radio in the next room wouldn't stop. Josh's voice crackled through it, broken, warbled, like it was being played underwater. "Please, somebody help me. Please, if you hear this, get me out, please, please." Over and over. The voice was his, yeah, but something was wrong with it. It was off. The tone, the rhythm. It wasn't live. It wasn't him now. I stared at the crack beneath the door. Blackness outside. No light. No sound. Then, crunch. Footsteps. Heavy, slow. 1, 2. Pause. 3. I stopped breathing. My heartbeat thundered in my ears. The pressure on my wound made me dizzy. But I didn't move. I didn't make a sound. The floor outside creaked again. Whatever it was, it stopped right in front of the bathroom door. I could feel it. Standing there. Waiting. Then came the sound that made my spine lock up. A soft scrape. Fingernails dragging across the wood. Not claws. Not an animal. Fingers. Human fingers. My stomach turned. I pressed harder into the door, like that would somehow hold it back. It started whispering. At first I thought it was the radio again, but no. This was right outside. Whispers. Fast. Broken. Repeating. My name over and over, but wrong. Tyler, open, open up. I clamped both hands over my ears. The hoodie fell from my wound. Pain shot through my side like fire. I gritted my teeth to stop myself from screaming. The whispers stopped. Silence again. For a second, I thought it was gone. But then, bang! The whole door shook. Once, then again, bang, like it had thrown itself at it. Full force. I nearly pissed myself. My feet braced harder against the tub. There was no lock. Just me, my back, and this goddamn wooden door between me and whatever that was. And the worst part? It sounded like Josh. Not the distorted voice on the radio, but him, outside, banging, crying. "Tyler, please, let me in, man. It's me. It's me." He sounded terrified, broken. I opened my mouth to say something, to ask him something only he'd know. But then I saw it, through the thin slit at the bottom of the door, the shadow. It wasn't one person. It was two. Two shadows standing there, merged, twisting, moving in ways that didn't make sense. And the voice? It changed mid-sentence. "Please let me in, bro. Noises like chewing, wet, sickening, hungry. I slapped my hand over my mouth. It knew I was inside, and I realized something else. The radio hadn't stopped. It was still playing Josh's voice on a loop, still begging for help. But we'd left the cabin almost an hour ago. Me, Josh, and Luca. We went out into the woods looking for firewood. Josh had walked ahead, messing around like always. Then he just vanished. No sound, no scream, nothing. We searched for 20 minutes. Then we found this place. A shack, half collapsed, no lights, not even a path leading to it. And the door was already open, and the radio was already on. Josh's voice was already playing. I remember asking Luca, did he find this place and set up the radio? And Luca just stared at it, quiet. That's when I noticed his hands were shaking. I turned to ask him what was wrong, and he was gone. Gone. 1 second he was beside me, the next he'd vanished like Josh. I called for him, ran outside, circled the shack. Nothing. Then the screaming started. From inside, from the radio, from behind the walls, all at once. I came back inside and tried to smash the radio, but it wouldn't break. It felt like stone. The second I hit it, pain exploded up my arm like electricity. I dropped to the floor, and that's when I saw the thing in the hallway. Just for a second. Right before it ducked out of view. Long arms, legs too thin, head tilted sideways like it was broken. And it had Josh's face, but it wasn't him. It smiled at me. That's when I ran into the bathroom and slammed the door. And now I'm here, bleeding, trapped, listening to Josh's voice begging for help from the other room, while something pretends to be him outside this door. The footsteps started again, and I swear to God, one of the shadows just crawled under the door. I didn't even scream when I saw it. Some part of me just froze, shut down completely, like my brain refused to process what I was looking at. The shadow, no, thing, slid under the door like smoke. But it wasn't smoke. It had mass, shape, limbs. The bottom half of a face pushed through first, lips dragging across the floor, grinning. No eyes, just sockets. It didn't crawl, it unfolded. Arms stretched out wide, elbows bending the wrong way, fingers long enough to scrape both walls of the tiny bathroom. And it was whispering again. Open, open, open. I grabbed the only thing near me, a toothbrush holder, and hurled it at its face. It bounced off uselessly. The thing didn't even flinch. It was crawling toward me now. Slow, purposeful. I tried to stand, but my legs weren't working right. The blood loss was getting to me. Everything spun, the lights flickered, and for a second, just a blink, it was gone. No sound, no crawling, no presence, just gone. Then I heard the front door of the shack slam open, not the bathroom door, the front one, the one I came in through. A voice screamed, Josh's. This time it was outside the house. Tyler, get out, now! I almost moved, almost believed it, but I didn't, because at the exact same time, Josh's voice was still playing on the radio inside. Two voices, same words. One inside, one out. Which one was real? I gritted my teeth, pressed my palm against the floor, and forced myself to stand. My whole body screamed in protest. I stumbled toward the mirror, looking for anything, some kind of weapon, a shard of glass, whatever. And I saw the third reflection. Not mine, not the things, but Josh, standing behind me in the mirror. Silent, pale, eyes black like pits, blood trickling from his nose, mouth, ears. He raised one hand, pointed at the door, then mouthed a word. Run. The mirror shattered. No reason, no impact, just shattered. The noise snapped something in me. I didn't wait. I kicked the door. It cracked. Again, then again, until it burst open. I fell into the hallway, landing hard on my side. No sign of the thing, no voice, no Josh. Just that damn radio, still hissing. I crawled toward it, dragging my body like dead weight. Every movement made my vision flash white. I had to get to it, had to end it. If it was drawing them in, if it was a lure, I had to kill it. I reached the table, grabbed the radio with both hands, hot, humming, vibrating like it was alive, and slammed it to the floor. It didn't break. Slammed it again. Nothing. Then I saw the frequency dial. It was set to 143.8, locked there. No matter how I tried to turn it. But the numbers were wrong. They kept twitching, changing shape. The final time I looked, it said, Live. Then a new voice came through. Not Josh, not mine. A woman whispering, He's watching you from the wall. My head snapped around. There were no windows, no light, just wooden walls. Except, one of the walls had eyes, dozens, all open, all blinking, all looking right at me. I didn't breathe. I couldn't. The wall. It wasn't wood anymore. It pulsed, like skin. The eyes blinked in random rhythms. Some were human, some weren't. One of them, just one, had my face, my expression, staring back at me with the exact same terror I was feeling right now. I backed away on my hands and knees, legs useless, head pounding. The air inside the cabin had changed. Thicker. Wet. Every breath felt like I was drowning in heat. Like the whole place was alive and breathing with me. And that voice on the radio? It hadn't stopped. The woman kept whispering, slowly morphing into something guttural, choked. Wrong. Turn around, he's right behind you. I didn't. I bolted. No plan, no weapon, just instinct. I threw myself through the hallway toward the front door, every step a blur of pain and blood and adrenaline. I slammed into it full force, and it opened. But what was outside wasn't the woods. It was the same cabin, same floor, same walls, the same radio playing. like I'd been pulled through a loop. I stumbled back. The door closed behind me with a heavy click. I was in a different room, but still inside. And this one was worse. The ceiling was covered in hanging clothes, shirts, pants, jackets, all soaked, dripping. I looked closer. They were ours. Mine. Luca's. Josh's. Even the hoodie I was wearing now was hanging above me, still wet. But I was still wearing it. What the hell was this place? I turned. Something moved behind me. A blur, a flash of skin. I spun again. Nothing. But the room had gotten smaller. Literally. The walls had moved inward, closer. I could touch both sides now without stretching. My legs nearly gave out. I had to get out. I had to. Then I heard the scream. Luca. Loud. Close. Tyler! It's in me! Cut off. Silence. And then the wet, dragging sound started again. Behind the wall. I pressed my ear to it. Stupid, I know. But I had to hear. Something was crawling between the walls, scraping the inside. Fast, heavy, and laughing. The laugh was human. Josh's. But doubled. Echoed. Layered with something inhuman underneath. I turned to run and slammed into a mirror. Not glass, not a reflection. A screen. It showed me, right now, bleeding, panicked, looking around the room, live feed, but from above, like something was watching me from the ceiling. I looked up. Nothing. Then the screen changed. It showed outside the cabin. The real one. The one we came from. Josh was standing out there. Alive. Whole. Screaming. But not at me. At something behind me. I spun. And the thing was there. Not crawling this time. Standing. Tall. Bones sharp through skin. Mouth open too wide. Lips torn back like someone had peeled them off. It whispered in Josh's voice. You finally saw me. Then it charged. I didn't think. Just ran. Dove through the nearest door. Ended up in another hallway. Not the same. This one was covered in photos. Dozens. Hundreds. Every wall. Every inch. All of them. Were me. Sleeping. Eating. Walking. Photos from years ago. Photos from tonight. Some were from inside this cabin. And one photo showed me, dead. Lying on the bathroom floor. Eyes open. Blood everywhere. Exactly how I almost looked 10 minutes ago. I collapsed. My body just gave out. Somewhere behind me I heard the door open again. Slow creak. And the footsteps. It wasn't rushing this time. It was letting me feel it coming. Letting the fear soak in. Like it liked it. I crawled to the corner, curled up tight, eyes shut, and the radio turned itself on again. But this time, it wasn't Josh. It was me, my voice. If you're hearing this, you're too late. I don't know how long I stayed curled up like that. Minutes? Hours? The only thing I know is, I heard myself. My own voice. Repeating from the radio in the next room. Slurred. Slowing down. Like a tape running out. You're too late. Too late. Too late. I opened my eyes. The room was gone. The walls, the photos, the lights. Now it was just white. Endless white. Like a void. But I could still hear the radio. Still feel the pain in my ribs, the wet blood under my shirt, the sting in my lungs with every breath. I wasn't dead. Not yet. Then I heard footsteps again. Bare feet. Closer this time. No walls to echo them. Just direct. And the radio whispered again. You only leave if he lets you. I looked up. And there it was. Not the creature. Not the twisted version of Josh. But me. Standing about 10 feet away. Clean. Calm. Uninjured. Wearing the same clothes. The same expression I saw in the photos. He tilted his head at me. You made it farther than the others, he said. His voice was flat, no emotion. What are you? I croaked. My throat burned, my mouth was dry. He smiled, not cruel, not kind, just empty. I'm what's left when people like you disappear, he said. I'm what stays behind, what grows. I tried to stand. I made it halfway up before my knees buckled. He didn't move, just watched. "You're not real," I said. "None of this is." He stepped forward. "Neither are you. Not anymore." I stumbled backward. The whiteness around us rippled like water. For a second, I saw the real cabin flash into view. The real door, the woods beyond it, and I saw Luca, alive, standing by the tree line, looking right at me. But he didn't move, didn't shout, just stared, pale, still. And next to him was me, another me, smiling, waving. Then the vision snapped. The white void returned. I screamed, raw, desperate. "Let me out!" The other me didn't answer. He just held up something in his hand. My phone. It was recording, timer running. He tapped the screen. "Keep talking," he said. "They like it when you tell the story." Then he vanished, just gone. And the whiteness fell away. I was back in the bathroom, same position, same blood. The door creaked open in front of me. Empty hallway. I stood, slowly, limping. The radio in the main room was still on, but it was silent now. Dead air. And outside the window, I saw the trees. The real trees. I didn't think. I didn't check. I just ran. Through the hallway, through the front door, out into the woods. This time, it let me go. No hands grabbing me, no voice behind me, just wind, cold, real. I ran until my lungs felt like fire, until my body gave out. And when I woke up, I was in a hospital bed. Luca was there. So was Josh, alive, untouched. They told me I'd gone missing for 3 days. They said they found me alone in the woods, babbling, covered in blood that wasn't mine. I didn't ask questions, I just nodded. But here's the thing. That recording, the one the other me was making, it's on my phone. I checked. It's 3 hours long. But I only remember 30 minutes. And somewhere near the end, the voice on the tape isn't mine anymore. It sounds like me. But it says things I've never said. Things I'd never think. And last night, before I could delete it, my phone lit up on its own. New recording. New file. Timestamp, 2:43 a.m. Label, round 2. It's been 2 weeks since they let me out. They said I was stable, that the blood wasn't human, that maybe it was some animal I fought in the woods, that I must have hallucinated the rest. Luca doesn't talk about it. Josh laughs when I bring it up, says I probably hit my head and imagined the whole damn thing. But I know what I saw. And the thing is, it's still recording. My phone. Every night at 2:43 a.m., sharp, a new file appears. Always the same name. Round 2. Always the same length. 3 hours, 33 minutes, 33 seconds, and I've stopped listening. Because the last one started with the sound of my voice whispering from inches away. So close I could hear my own breath. He's waking up. That was 3 nights ago. Last night, the new file came with something else. A photo, taken at 2:44, from inside my bedroom. It shows me, sleeping, alone. Except, I'm not. There's a figure in the corner, barely visible, but I recognize the posture. The head tilted just a little too far, the smile pulled too wide. And I think it's waiting for me to tell the story again. So tonight, I'm not sleeping. I've locked the doors, turned off every light, tossed the phone in the trash, but it doesn't matter, because I can hear the radio again, somewhere in the house, and it's saying my name.